Okay, so this isn't a fight I'm going to spend a great deal of time talking about. I think it's pretty self-explanatory who most of us are going to pick to win this fight, but it does deserve its own video, in my opinion. This is going to be my official Emmanuel Vaquero Navarrete versus Robson Conceicao prediction video. Emmanuel Navarrete stands at 5'7". He has a 72-inch reach. He's 28 years old. His record reads 38 wins, 1 defeat, 31 wins coming by way of knockout. And he's also been very, very active this year. He's already fought twice this year. This will be his third fight of the year. And I always show appreciation to good fighters when they're staying active. They're not when they're fighting once every year, once every 18 months. I don't want to see that shit. So mad respect to that Mexican gangster, Emmanuel Navarrete, for staying busy and staying active and fighting good competition on top of it. You know what I'm saying? Fresh off his big win from Oscar Valdez, right? Robson Conceicao, however it's pronounced, stands at 5'10". He has a 70-inch reach. He's 34 years old. His record reads 20 wins, 2 defeats, with 8 wins coming by way of knockout. One of those, so I want to talk about Conceicao. He also has a gold medal. He's a Olympic gold medalist, but Conceicao, I always felt like he was one of them dudes that his style was just better suited for the amateurs than the professional ranks. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, it should be no secret to anybody here that I'm picking Navarrete to beat him. Conceicao is a tough dude. I think, and he throws a lot of volume. You know, he's got great amateur experience. But Navarrete, man, you know, he's, I don't know. I don't have him in my top 10 pound for pound yet, but he's right, and I mean right outside of it, bro. He's right there. And here's the thing with Navarrete, man. It might not always look the prettiest. It doesn't have to look the flashiest, but it's effective, bro. He's just a big, powerful kid, old school, kind of a throwback fighter, an old school Mexican throwback fighter, which even enhances my appreciation for Vaquero, okay? Much respect to him, right? He reminds me of an old school. You could tell Vaquero was raised old school down there in old Mexico, bro. You know, he goes down, he's a family man, don't talk a lot, just a tough, rugged, old school throwback fighter. You know what I'm saying? He's a bit of a throwback fighter. And I always got love and admiration for guys like that, especially when they stay active and when they always in very entertaining fights. But check this here. Navarrete is the bigger man. He's the stronger man. He's the harder puncher. He's got longer reach. You know, they both fought fairly good competition. You know, Navarrete's fought Dog Bay twice. He beat Ruben Villa, Yoet Gonzalez, and now Oscar Valdez. Conceicao, he beat Oscar Valdez and got robbed, in my opinion. But Navarrete really put the beating on him. You know what I'm saying? So, and I also have to keep, like I say, he's the younger guy, Navarrete. He's the harder puncher. He's the longer guy. So I got to give it to tip the edge to Navarrete in this one. But I have to commend Top Rank, ESPN, and Bob Arum for putting this as the co-main event to Shakur Stevenson Edwin De Los Santos fight. That's a great card, and it's going to be on free TV, people. So big ups to Bob Arum and the ESPN crew for doing the right thing and making a lot of good fights this year. I ain't even going to go through the whole list, but Viterbi of Yard, Taylor Teofimo, Valdez Navarrete, you know, just putting a gang of great fights on free television, man. So again, I got to give, and I'm not one of these dudes that fanboys for a network or a promoter, but I got to give credit to where it's due for the ESPN and Top Rank and Bob Arum crowd over there for making these fights on free television, the gist of them. They only put one fight on pay-per-view this year, and that was Law Mahaney, so big ups to them. But, you know, Robson Conceicao, he's got good boxing skills, man. You know, in the deep amateur experience, but he doesn't have any power, bro. And that's really going to come back to bite him in the ass in this fight. I don't think he's going to, if Valdez couldn't keep, and Valdez he's not a huge puncher, but he's a pretty good puncher. If Valdez ain't able to keep Navarrete off, or Dog Bay, or some of these dudes that actually do have some pop, ain't no way in hell Robson Conceicao is going to be able to keep Navarrete off of him, man. Conceicao is tough. He's a big boy. But I mean, Shakur Stevenson dropped him with the body shot too, and Shakur Stevenson's not the toughest or the hardest punching guy around either. So, man, I think Conceicao might give him a little bit of trouble with his boxing skills, the amateur shit in the beginning, man. But eventually, Navarrete is going to pressure him. He's going to, bring the hammer down to him, bro. And I don't see Conceicao being able to survive that, bro. I think it'll start off competitive, but as the fight goes on, man, Conceicao can't punch. He's not going to be able to keep Navarrete off of him. The pressure and the power and the relentlessness and the volume of Navarrete is just going to continuously break Conceicao down, man. And I don't see this going any other which way, really, to be quite honest with you. And Top Rank has been doing a good job of promoting Navarrete as well. So they want Navarrete to win also, should this fight go to the cards, man. You know what I'm saying? So for my official prediction, I'm going to go with Emmanuel Navarrete getting Conceicao out of there somewhere between 8 and 10. I think that's the correct. Again, Navarrete's just too tough, too gritty, too young, too long, too fresh, and too volume-oriented and too relentless for Conceicao to deal with, in my personal opinion. Like I say, I think it'll start off competitive, but eventually Navarrete is just going to break him down and stop him, man. But a good addition to that Shakur Stevenson, De Los Santos undercard. I think they'll probably try to set Navarrete versus Shakur up after that, if both of them win on the same night, on the same card for that matter. You know what I'm saying? But that's my 2 cents anyways. I got Navarrete getting Conceicao out of there in the back half of this fight, people. Everybody, please be sure to hit the like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. If you're feeling like donating to the channel, the Cash App will be below. And, yeah, God bless you. Let's go, Cowboy Vaquero Navarrete. What an old school Mexican gangster. I love him to death. Let's have a good fight, people. God bless you, and you all have a wonderful day. But, yeah, I got Navarrete getting him out of there in the second half of the fight. Take care, everybody. God bless.